Hey everyone, give me a second here. Everything's going wonky on me. I gotta do one thing. Gotta mute my headset so that we don't pick up death in the background for a minute. And okay, well he's streaming live. I'm going live. Let's see if we can't get this thing to properly grab my game, because last night we had all kinds of fun. Speaking of last night, guys, I found out after I went to bed at about 5 in the morning, there had been a terrorist attack in New Orleans. It was a very unsettling thing to find out when I got up in the morning, and yeah, kind of glad I did not decide to do, because I've in the past on New Year's Eve night I worked late, like real late, and I'm glad I did not do that this time. Uh, so we're alive. We're here. It was a horrible incident, but it is what it is. Oh wow, it grabbed the game perfectly. Nice. Okay, that means I can get rid of this, or maybe I can't. Give me a minute. Why is it grabbing me? I'm not a game. It's not what I. Game overlay. Um. What did it? Well, you fit the screen properly, you stupid thing. Sorry, guys. While I game capture. Add source. What are you doing? Why are you so freaking huge? Add source. Fit the game. Capture full screen application. Actually, let's do it this way. Capture specific window. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas and it's not working. It's not getting the screen properly. Okay. Hey, Blue Dude! Been a minute. Yes, it has. I need to put that up there. I hope you are good. Yeah, it was a
Oh.
kind of a it was a bit of a shit show, I'm not gonna lie. And why am I all of a sudden slow as hell? Okay, I hate saying this, guys, but I gotta pause the game for a minute, get new batteries. I always forget these things. They're good for about 36 hours, and I gotta redo my batteries. Um, but I'm glad to see you, Blue Super. Hope you're doing well. It's been a little while. I hope to see you in my 5M server. I was talking last night. We have a lot of stuff coming in. I'm gonna try to stream something this weekend for because the plan is to do Mondays is gonna be 7 Days to Die. Uh, Tuesdays is going to be Icarus. And Wednesdays is going to be Medieval Dynasty. This is my streaming schedule going forward. Streaming and video recording. Playing videos if I record. Um, then Thursdays it's going to be some survival game. I'm finding I get a lot of traction from playing the survival games, just reacting to this, you know, cursing at the game and everything. Okay. So since I get a lot of traction with that, we'll keep doing the survival games. And then on Thursday, Friday, not Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be doing my 5M stuff. Yeah. We lucked out this year. Not gonna lie, New Orleans lucked out. We had some stuff, but nothing too horrible. All right, let's get back here.
Aww.
Okay, wait a second. What I'm gonna do is check my settings. Coming up. Come on up. I hate saying this. I'm gonna have to. Come on up. Cause. Why do I have VSync on? Okay. Better. This is us. Why am I? I'm getting a lag. My internet's been a little wonky this afternoon. I'm getting some lag. So this is us. Now, when I played this game a few weeks ago, I think it was one of the last live streams I did before before the end of the year. We were in a different location. Okay, let me pull this map. So originally, I put us on. I tried to build over here, and I found I didn't really like it. Didn't have what I wanted, so I decided to build over here, and I've been playing over here off and on for weeks now. There is a cave here that's a mine, and it's kind of halfway between these two towns that I keep doing quests in. I have to go over here too and do some stuff. Been here, did a bunch of stuff up here. We bought some pigs, we bought some chickens. But we got villagers now. This is our village. Check it out. We got a blacksmith shop, a woodworker. We got fishing. I don't know whether the fishing is actually working or whether to do what I need to get the fishing to work properly. I've given the guy fishing poles. I'm pretty sure. He's got knives. He's got fishing spears. I don't know what the frick he's doing, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm still having to go up and put out my own fishing nets and collect from them. But at least we got fish. Still feeding my peoples on, I'm getting a lot of, rabbit, bird, and rat. Shh, don't tell the people that the beef stew is, or the small game stew is rabbits, we're bunnies, birds, badgers, and occasionally some fox meat. We don't tell them about the rat, okay? They don't need to know. Rats good eating if they're nice, big fat black rats. Apparently, if you talk to hobos, rat is actually very nutritious. It's just gotta make sure you know what you're doing when you're cooking it. From what I understand, I've talked to I actually have talked to a couple of hobos about it because it's like really you actually do actively eat rat. You know, it's not just some joke. And they're like, yeah, it's not bad. It's, you know, it's just like eating a rabbit. It's just like eating squirrel. So if you've had rabbit or squirrel, it's a rodent. Rats are rodents too. If you had a rodent, I could never eat a rodent. Have you ever had rabbit or squirrel? You grew up country. Did you ever have rabbit or squirrel? Well, yeah. Well, then you've had a rodent. You've eaten vermin. Because that's what vermin are. Vermin, you know, chipmunks, rabbits, squirrel. I think I've talked about that before. I have family in, like, areas where, like, the idea of having something like skunk, nah, doesn't phase him whatsoever. Yeah,
Back, sorry.
your stream ended.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I can't believe it took you that long to figure out what we were talking about.
shut up. It's too busy trying to concentrate on the road.
Okay.
I was less likely to read chat than anything.
You gotta read your chat.
I try, especially in these racing games. Holy shit, they take a lot.
Yeah,
It's like I'm looking.
that's an issue. I know with after storms, getting your internet back in Florida is a pain in the ass. I have friends down there that had bitched about that too, because they take forever to put the power lines and shit back up. That's why everybody's like they're trying to pressure, like all like AT&T, Verizon, all of them are trying to pressure everybody into putting in the fiber optic lines and do them underground, because then of course the cable company can't murder them with fees, because that's why we should have had fiber optic internet through the through the phone companies in the mid 90s, but in the late 70s the families that owned the rights to put up and maintain telephone poles in the United States, and it was one family, one woman, and she sold off all the rights to her kids, and it was this big thing because it was a monopoly. So she just split the regions up between her kids. So those families sold the rights to put up and maintain the telephone poles to the cable companies. Because they were, and wait a minute, why wouldn't you sell them to the phone companies? Because cable companies gave them a better deal. And that's why cable was so huge during the 80s. We should have had fiber optic internet in the 90s, but because the cable companies controlled who could and couldn't put poles up, who couldn't put stuff on the poles, and the only thing they couldn't stop was they couldn't stop power lines. They couldn't stop them putting up power, but they can stop phone lines from being put up. And they stymied the thing until somebody figured out, well, if they control so many feet into the air, which is, they do. It's not I'm not even joking. The cable company corporations control the erecting of poles for communication to a certain height off the ground and a certain depth. And it's the depth that they need to maintain the stability of a pole, a telephone pole, what we call telephone poles. They originally weren't that. It was a company that the first company that put them up was a company doing what do you call Telegram. It was for Telegram, and that company then later on sold the right to put electric lines along their poles, and then they sold the rights to the telephone companies, and then the lady who ran it, the old lady who owned it, she sold it up to her. They made her, because it was a monopoly, they made her break it up into separate companies. That's why it was AT&T back in the 80s when they broke up AT&T, and they broke up the other telephone companies, and because they were basically monopolies, and they were just murdering people on fees. They also you couldn't own your own phone. You had to rent them. I can still remember going with my parents when we moved into our new house to look at telephones at the local AT&T, and being all upset because our parents wouldn't buy the Mickey Mouse phone, which is something like $150, and you didn't own it. You rented it. It was a rental. How the hell? I found that out later. My parents oh, that's a rental. That was rental shit. You didn't own it. And you had to return it. The wall phones. They didn't sell wall phones. Or you couldn't, if you broke your phone, like your wall phone or your shelf phone, you didn't just go out and get a new phone. You had to go to the AT&T store and like turn in the broken one and show that it was like not done by violence or something. I don't know. But you had to prove, you had to have a contract. It was a whole thing. My mom hated dealing with the phone company. That's why she was so glad when they broke them all up and they could buy a phone in a Kmart, in a Sears. You just go to electronics department and buy a phone. If you could just buy a phone. Look, I got piggies. This is Mr. Pig. This is Mr. Pig. He's full grown. And then we have Miss Piggy over here. Miss Piggy's over here. She's not full grown yet. We can look at your we got here.
And no, guys, those ain't the same fucking pigs that made me shit my bricks the other day. This dick knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm playing Icarus, and we got warhogs and boars and shit. I'm over here on my own on the ground.
Look, wait till you see how big this bastard gets. He's huge.
Damn, he's big. Yeah, that's all I heard. I was literally out mining, doing my own thing. I heard his pigs.
I was checking all the pigs, and all you hear is oink, 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 oink. he freaks out.
He still owes me one iron arrow. I don't give a shit. I'm getting the iron arrow off your ass.
Oh, I can make iron arrows, dude. I got guns, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, you hear him? You hear the piggies? That freaked him out because he's what am I doing? Okay, I need to get one. I gotta build another house because I cannot put. She's only 16. I can't put somebody else in with her. But I got a son. Oh, I forgot to show you my son and my wife, my internet wife. This is my internet wife, my in-game, my Medieval Dynasty wife. These are just my villagers, the people I con to come work my property. But we figured out a lot of stuff compared to the last time I was playing this. One, I need to eat and I need to drink something. Jesus. Gotta fill these water buckets so they have water to drink. Okay, so yeah, I know I got all women, but no, it's not true. I got 2 women. I got 3 women, 2 dudes, and then my wife. The young lady, like, look at it. This is Ingrida, and this is my son, Wilbert. That is my kid, Wilbert. His birthday should be coming up soon.
Hi, honey.
But she called me honey. I clicked on our thing. Workers need more tools. I know that.
So long.
She just kind of quietly about the whole thing. Okay. At least she ain't telling me I stink anymore. I took a bath. Okay. I need to build a house. And I gotta sell some stuff. I got eggs to sell. I gotta make meat. Okay, so I got stew. I should eat. Do I have? Okay, this is our food supply room. I need to dump off. I gotta drop off these buckets of water, so they got water. Drop the fish off. Drop the meat off. I got 1 thing of porridge. I need more food. I'm gonna take 10 wheat flatbread. There we go. Come down over here since I'm the one doing the cooking. I know where all the supplies are, and ignore those red letters. They're not important. nothing to do with me. Oh yeah, that's why I was gathering sticks. I don't remember why I was getting sticks. We're building our goose house.
I don't want to be lonely anymore.
Dude, I put a dude in your house. Come on, marry his ass. I gave you a free dude. I guess you don't like him. Need one more log. I missed a log on that side. Hey, we built our geese. How many geese can we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could have 10 geese. Okay. Now I just gotta build another. I need a new. Well, I need to make. She needs to get me more. Freaking. I need more of that, but we need more houses. So. These two, I really wish they'd hook up. I put the young couple in there. I figured maybe that would get them. You know, we need life. Okay, let me. I really wish you could go third person. Okay, that's what stopped me. Okay. I need 11 stone. We'll move the other couple into that. I got her by bribing her. I gave her a lot of money. Not even gonna lie, I dumped a lot of money onto her. And she took an entire year to convince to marry me. But she will make, once I get enough technology to build a market, she's going to be very good as a earner. Like, she's geared towards diplomacy, which you put them in a market square thing, and they make money. That's what they do. That's completely pointless, but, you know. I need like 7 more, 8 more, maybe 8 more logs? 8 more logs and a lot of sticks. Let's do 10 more logs. 50 straw. I wish it told you exactly what you needed, not this half-ass shit. You gotta do math as you go, and it's just annoying. Yeah, someone had the roof built before.
About the weather, crops, animals, children, politics, work.
Dude, you're just a bitch. Just admit you're just a bitch.
I ain't a bitch. Who you calling a bitch? I'm just kidding.
One, two, three, four, five. Need 5 more logs. But yeah, guys, going forward, the schedule will be Mondays is going to be 7 Days to Die. Tuesdays will be Icarus. Just grab 10. Wednesdays is going to be Medieval Dynasty, because I like this game. I'm probably play it for a while. As long as I keep my account going with Windows. And then Thursdays is going to be some kind of survival game. I'm not sure what survival game, but something. Could be Planet Crafters, could be Subnautica, it could be, I don't know, whatever game probably strikes my fancy on that day that I'm just not bored of playing. Because I'm trying to avoid the burnout that I caused myself from July to the middle of September trying to get everything going with my 5M server. Because that's what kind of just, why I kind of took a hiatus. Not really, but yeah, as for streaming through most of September, I didn't do it. I just, I was angry. I was, with everything that happened in September with people, not saying names because I don't want to really call out people, but one specific person fucked up a lot of shit in one day. In one damn day of being on the server, he fucked up a lot of shit. We were doing good. We had steady players. And because of his attitude, because of the way he came in, like a bull in a china shop, trying to influence people and act like the big name because he, he thought his way was going to be the better way. And, I was like, dude, you can't just dictate people's gameplay. It's not what kind of server we are. We're here to help people learn how to play and create a character, not for you to come along and dictate their gameplay to them. We are not a content server in that way. Yeah, I wouldn't mind us being a role-playing content server, but content as in role-play content, not super stupid. Stuff that's, long-term. Not 5 seconds in and they're robbing a bank and they barely know your character. No. That's not happening. That's, he wanted to, bum rush people into 2-hour content storylines, and that's not the kind of, I want to create a world. I'm going to be writing a actual wiki for the backstory and history, so I don't have to keep explaining it to people. He's going to tell people, go read the wiki. If you want to understand the game as a server concept, go read the frickin' wiki. It gives you all the backstory and the reasons why the world is the way it is. And I do borrow from the movie, TV series, and comic books, The Watchmen, for the reasoning why within the city, villains can have their masks, and I actually link it to the it's not really the Me Too movement, but the I want to call I am a dog. No, you're a freaking human being. No, I identify as a dog bullshit. The whole thing, I make fun of the girl who identified as a cat, and the airline said, fine, where's your papers? Where's your rabies shots? Where's your tetanus? Where's your distemper? Where's like do you have a proper sized kennel? Like all the shit they pulled on her because she tried to get pet flight rates, but wanted to show up in freaking like I don't know if it was first class or whatever, but tried to fly dressed like a freaking furry. I've dealt with furries, and there's I've dealt with like some like over the top furries who are not as irrational as that girl was in that interview, and where they just made fun of her because the airline just stood their ground and said, "Okay, fine, we'll accept the fact that you identify as a cat. Where are all your papers? Where's the proof of distemper? Where's your latest tetanus shots? Where's your latest rabies documentation? Do you have all your shots? Do you have a kennel? By the way, as a feline, you cannot be in the flight cabin. You must be in stowage with the other animals in a proper kennel. Is we can provide one for you at a fee if you do not have one." It was just yes. Stop the stupid. It was super fine. Lean into it. Just yes. Stop the stupid by leaning into it. It didn't stop her, of course. She's still apparently, I don't know if this girl still does, but yeah, her job allows her to be a cat. That's what's on her documentation at work, and this is California, of course. I don't know where she was flying to, but the airline that she was trying to fly with said, "We're not letting you get on dressed like that. We're not letting you get on like that. You'll disrupt the flight." Sitting there meowing instead of talking and shit. You get a kennel like the size of a Saint Bernard for like a large dog. You get like a Saint Bernard's kennel. They make them like large dog breed kennels. But she tried to get on dressed in a cat's a full-on furry suit, not the hat, not the headset, because she painted her face, had big, she fashioned her hair into ears, and it was just wow, kind of we can't allow you on the plane like this. You are a major distraction, not just to the passengers, but to the flight crew. We can't have this. And she's like, "Well, I identify as a cat," and they're like, "Shut up. You are a person." But California law allowed her to identify as a cat. I'm not going to say she was a thin girl. But I would not call her obese or fat. She was not, super plus size, but she was not thin. She was buxom and had an ass and hips. You can Google it. I pretty I'll put the freaking link in. I don't care. Give me half a second. Let me wait. Let me pause the game because the timer keeps going unless I pause it. Here we'll look it up I'll look it up because I
ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting here trying to make some French fries and have my mom help me without busting out laughing with this whole conversation I'm hearing.
Fights a woman claiming to be a cat. No. Not because their cat stank. This is 11 hours ago. Somebody got kicked off an airline because their cat crapped, and the Southwest kicked somebody out because their cat stank. She smuggled a cat on board, apparently. No, that's a different one. Jesus Christ, it's everywhere. This is years ago. Airline identifying as a cat. Airline fight. No, I want to go a few years back. Where's tools? Custom range. I want to say this is like this is well before like the whole this was like almost like I want to say 5-6 years ago. Is there a way to type in 2010 to 2020? Go. No. No. Airline. I'm going to identify this as a cat. Airline won't let her board. Dog. Nope. I got a freaking. Yeah, 2020. That should be. Was this the girl? No. Nope, that's a transgender man who identifies as a dog. Yeah, transgender man who identifies as a dog. So wait. This is the world we frickin' live in. I can't find it directly. It was like a huge thing. I don't know if it was for real, if it was a gag, but it was a thing. I can't find it. And really, I should not be Google searching this while like streaming. It's kind of bad. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Let me put my stream stuff back up. Yeah, there was smuggling a cat, and that was a little while ago. That was not even that long ago. This was like a few years ago. This is early days. Before the he, she, him, her, it, you know, quack-wee, cucumber crap that is around today. This is early days. Like, I identify as this shit. This is back when this made national news, and it was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, people are like, what is wrong with today's kids if they are doing this stupid bullshit? Yeah, look, a California woman claiming to be cat refused airline flight or something like that. It's the only thing I can think of. Because it's literally what it was. She was refused a flight by the airline. Like, they leaned into it. They like, this, alright, this is absurd. And, like, the management was like, what do we do? And it's like, lean into it. Like, hard, lean into it hard. Like, make it so obnoxiously, make her admit she's not a cat. Just lean into the whole thing. Where's your vet? Where's your documentation for a vet? And by the way, you're flying to a country that requires 3-week quarantine of any pets brought into, because she's leaving the country to go somewhere for some kind of convention. And they like, you're gonna be quarantined when you get to the country because you identify as a cat. You're gonna be quarantined in the at the wherever they quarantine pets at the airports of in our country. You're gonna be quarantined in a pet thing. Look at you playing with my baby.
Hey, darling.
Hey, darling. She sounds so pissy. Why are we still eating peasant food? Because I can't afford better, bitch. I'm sorry.
See you soon.
I will do better. I swear. I will get us money. We're gonna rob a bank or something. I don't know. Like, can we rob a bank in this game? I know I can I know I can go into people's houses and steal their shit, but you do it in front of them enough, you're gonna get beat.
I'm about to ask you, is there even a bank system in this game?
No, really. There's like merchant system and that's it. There's like no, there's nothing I would call like a vault system or anything. You carry all the coin on you. It can be bound on
Alright,
you.
time to be a Skyrim situation. Rob every NPC home.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's what I'm doing. An Elder Scrolls thing. We learned to do that early. Oh, I was gonna wait. Huffing and puffing ass. We're getting old. We're pushing our early 20s. Wait, how old are we now? Oh, I'm 23, man. I'm getting in my mid-20s. I'm getting middle age. I'm 23 and I got a baby. I'm hitting middle age.
On something warmer.
Oh, shush up. Not that cold. Okay, so we manage. We're going to put in the simple house. There's what? Who's in the simple house? Okay, the simple house that has been. Okay, so that's my house. So it's this simple small house. Who's in that? Nistanka. Fucking Scandinavian weird ass names. In DZ Slaw. He said DZ Slaw sounds like that sounds like a DJ, like a hip hop DJ name, I swear. Oh crap. Alright. Can you honestly, you cannot tell me you hear DZ Slaw and you wouldn't think, oh, he's a rapper. In Nistanka. It's probably Nistunk in Nistunka, but you cannot tell me you like these names don't sound like rapper names.
I know.
I should go put on a coat. I'm getting. I'm wearing just a simple shirt. Yeah, on the ones that do Nistanka.
It almost sounds like they're trying to represent a weed name.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. The names of these characters is freaking awesome. Okay, there we go. Now we should be cool. They don't even use 1s and 2s anymore. Get on an iPad. Look at you, Fat Man. Where's your wife? Where's Miss Piggy? Nope. There's Miss Piggy. Dude, I'm old. I've turned 50 in June. In 6 months. 6 months, I turned 50. I'm gonna be a half a century old. Put up some more of this fencing. I claim our wall.
Oh, you guys missed it earlier. Miss Piggy was giving Dark some shit earlier.
She left her enclosure. There's no way to put them back in. You just gotta go. It's just like, you know.
Yeah, it was looking hilarious.
What the hell are you doing out here? More than likely, sometime this weekend I'll be streaming the city. I do want to get back into it. I got burned out and pissed off because of some very. Somebody came from, like, I'm not. They're the one who helped me out originally with the city, and they came in acting like they were going to be the end-all be-all and save my server from, you know, like, dude, I had like new players coming every couple of weeks. I had 6 steady players in one damn day. He chased off all my stable players because they thought because I put him on RP staff and because he was given some admin privileges so that he could do stuff like create thumbnails for his streams because he's a YouTuber. Like, oh, he's gonna let the YouTubers just run. Like, dude, I'm a YouTuber. I'm gonna run roughshod over everybody's shit. You know, sorry to tell you that, but if you want me to keep running this server, I'm gonna be doing YouTube shit, which means I'm gonna ask you to, like, I'm gonna try to ask you guys to be around once in a while to do stuff. You know, that's, you know, it's like, I'm a YouTuber, Death's a YouTuber, Hitman Mike's a YouTuber, and they all play on the server and they all stream. But because we're not from a specific group of YouTubers, we lost, like, the people we lost because of it being a YouTuber was from a thing where YouTubers got this guy ousted from a server he enjoyed playing on. And so he had prejudice against YouTubers. But I get away with it because of my age, because I'm not one of these 16-year-olds doing it. And then Hitman gets away with it because he was friends with him all throughout the entire incident, so he was kind of helping him, trying to keep it, you know, trying to help him stay, yeah, like, I guess sane is the best word about the whole issue. And the server they're on, yeah, content is king. But yeah, we were getting people who were former redliners, yes, who were more about the roleplay than about the content, and they just left Redline because there's nothing for them to do, like I did. I left because there is nothing for me to do as Stevie. I have nothing. I have no reason to be on that server. I don't. I just haven't really quit. You know, because I hold out hope that they're going to get their act together and realize, hey, if we're going to be a content server, we got to full admit we're a content server. And, like, start doing stuff, you know, that pushes that idea. Not the claim that, oh, no, cancel that. Not the claim that, oh, we're RP, we're always RP, but no, we're content first. Atlanta, and it's true, it is Atlantic's job. It is how Atlantic makes his money. He has no other income. Fine. Cool with that. That's what it is. It is what it is. I knew that going in. I knew that going in, so I understood it, and I rolled with it. Other people who, like, came to the server, it was just, I don't get how they are so surprised. You also don't, like, tell everybody when you open a brand new version of that same server and go, hey, RP is king now. Everything's RP. Even Atlantic's gonna do RP, and then 2 months later switch it back to RP is still paramount. We want you to RP perfectly and as best to your abilities, but on the same time, no, content is king. RP dies when content starts. So you can't do that. It sends, like, mixed message. It confuses people, and you get shitty role players. You get kids who have never played any type of other role playing than 5M. That's one of the things I would mandate as a part of if my server was that high up in the echelon of popularity, because even No Pixel, even Prodigy, their requirements for the role-playing thing are very strict. Comparing it to Redline, it's a joke. Like when they ask me about, and I'm not giving every server that has whitelisting and it's an RP server asks you about your RP experience, and I literally said, where do you want me to start? I have over 4 decades of roleplay experience in games that you probably never even heard of that created this game. Without Car Wars, yeah, that's a game, there would be no GTA 5. There would be no Fast and the Furious movies. There would be no without the PlayStation game Full Metal. You wouldn't have like some of the games out there that exist. You know, there's like all kinds of stuff that like I would encourage, and I still encourage anybody who wants to get into a role-play server system, play some tabletop role-playing games. Stuff that has absolutely no visuals. Everything is in your imagination, because if you can't imagine what you're doing, you can't pretend to be someone else. What is up with this bird? We're going to put this bird out of its misery, because it's freaking creeping me out. Weird-ass crow. What the hell was that shit? But, yeah, they, like, the kids they're bringing in now, most of them are fanboys who have no... I've seen some clips. The roleplay is bad.
Hail, friend.
From the new people. The old people are still trying, but it's failing. Yep, they made a Full Metal TV series. It's actually pretty good. I like it. They made a Full Metal TV series, yeah. I was kind of middle, like, I don't know if this is going to do well. It seems kind of, you know.
Price is so low. Have a good day.
But it actually turned out to be pretty good. I watched the series. It's a good series. I'm waiting for season 2 to come out. But they captured it pretty good. The original backstory and everything, where it was supposed to be. And their clown was like, he was, the guy who played the clown is perfect. Don't care, he's perfect. Well, I'm getting some lag. I don't know if it's because I'm going to third person, or... We're gonna go see about getting us some new peoples. I need somebody to take over... Yeah, Peacock made it. It was good. One of the earliest I signed up for Peacock. I used to watch their shows through alternative methods, but because I was so excited to see the show, I actually paid for a subscription. Twisted Metal, well, not Full Metal, Twisted Metal. That's what I meant. It's Twisted Metal. Full Metal is something else. Full Metal, there is a game called Full Metal. It's, you know, it's not, it's, what else? There's Full Metal, Twisted Metal, it's all good. You know, but, are you okay over there? You sound so depressed, Mr. Moose Lady. I ain't frickin' with them. They're actually kind of butch. They're almost as bad as the buffalo. But yeah, I encourage anybody getting into role-playing games to try tabletop role-playing games. Even if you are doing them online through like Discord, using apps, it is still worthwhile to learn to roleplay without having a physical thing for you to look at. I just wasted that arrow. There it is. Because it engages your brain. Makes you think on your feet. teaches you, it teaches all kinds of critical thinking skills. The military encourages role playing. Like, what was one of the things we thought was the coolest thing we ever found out in the 80s? Was actually having, like, when they used to send out, like, the high schools and elementary schools, they used to send out the recruiting guys. And and one of the kids who would have been a nerd, they made, like, the jocks were making fun of him, saying, "Oh, you'll never get into the military." And the guy was like, "Yeah, don't count your chickens, man. My CO is a gaming nerd. He is a nerd." And by the way, guys, the military encourages role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, World of Warcraft, BattleTech, Mech Warrior, and World of Darkness, the Vampire Masquerade, Werewolf, the Apocalypse games. And everyone's like, no, like, yeah, because they teach you how to use your brain. They also require you to learn how to use math. Something everybody goes, oh, you'll never use this later in life. You actually can use it in the military. You will actually use math in the military, so don't think you can have a crappy math grade and make it above private. You won't. We actually, officers. Hey, Joe. I'm okay. Just, finally getting back. Like, I had a very bad despondency issues, Joe, during September and October. I tried to keep my spirits up by doing the 7 Days to Die games, but it was just a lot of bullshit happened, and it depressed the frick out of me. While I tried to stay upbeat, and I spent a lot of time hanging with Hitman and Death and a couple other people in Discord. I was around, I just wasn't streaming, mostly because I just burned myself out with everything I was trying to do all at once. Again, as we were discussing, with my 5M server, trying to do everything. Life happens, things get, sidetracked and waylaid. And I better switch to the sword because there's freaking wolves around here and I already know that. Ooh, this has been refilled. Ooh. Cancel. I've been over this area a little while, so. But yeah, Joe, we are getting back into streaming more often again. I'm going to be streaming a schedule. I'm trying to create a routine so that I have some stability going. What the crap? Mr. Moose Lady, I don't want to have to murk you. Please stop freaking me out. Oh no. Oh, that's just mud. I thought it was a down moose. I got overwhelmed. I had not gonna lie, there has been a bit of a falling out with the original person who helped me decide to start my 5M server. I'm not gonna drop names because it's not fair to him because he's not here to defend himself. But he tried to come over in September and he came in like a bull in a china shop, pissed off a lot of people. So because of that, he and I don't talk anymore, even though he told me he would not lose touch. I'm like, dude, just don't lose touch. I mean, if you're not going to play on the server, that's cool, because a lot of people were not happy with you just coming in, pulling a china shop, and telling them how they're going to play their characters. So, you know, not a stupid move. And then I found out from other people that he was claiming that because the person that I rent my server space from is his friend, he could take my server from me at any point in time and take my build, take my players, and I just like, what? No, that's not true. Don't listen to him. He has no clue what the hell he's talking about. And the person I rent my server from is not stupid enough to do that. There's no way he'd do it, because he's a businessman. He understands that if he does that, there's like a lawsuit. You know, there's gonna be a lawsuit. I will sue for theft of IP. Because while I buy all my stuff from other servers, it is still my idea, my server idea, and everything. We're gonna get some like 1-year-old horse meat. Yeah. What did I get off of that? Did I just get meat? Holy crap, I got a lot of meat. But, no, yeah, they're not playing with us anymore. Like, on the server, he is welcome to come play, but he's not in any way, shape, or form an admin, admin powers, nothing. He has nothing in my server. He does not have any rights or privileges beyond that of a regular player. And to claim otherwise is dog shit. Other people have more right and claim to being something in my server than he does. Not gonna lie, Blue Supra has more rights to claim something from me as a person, as a player, and I've already told him when he comes in and does want to play that he's like, I'm gonna treat him good because he's donated a bunch of money to me. You know, he's donated a bunch of money, and that matters. And the person who claimed that hey, you wouldn't have even done this if it wasn't for me, you're right, I wouldn't have. But where have you been for 6 months? Where have you been while I've sat here and tried to keep the server going? Where have you been? Elsewhere, not helping me. So his claims of being able to take my server from me whenever he wanted, he can sit and spin, because if he tries it, he's gonna get a surprise, and it will be a lawsuit. I can't claim that my scheduling will stay steady, because I do still have to work, even though I got a bump in my disability payouts. Not a lot. It's not really a lot. It's like I went up like $23.14. That's a cost of living. Yeah. People are wondering why I don't care that that what's her name lost. As well, the fact that their claim that they're going to like do so much better for the American population, and yet I've gone up a total of $50 in the last 4 years. $50. That is the entire cost of living expenditure. Because I went on disability in July of 2020. And every year for the last 3 years, I've gotten a cost of living increase. I've gotten a total of $50. No, I'm wrong. $60 in 3 years. $20 a year for 3 years. But we're here for the American people. We're all about the American people, and yeah, bullshit. And anybody claiming, Trump is coming after income tax and disabilities, bullshit. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. He's going after people on it for the wrong reasons. Being massively overweight because you can't be bothered to work out is not a disability. I'm not overweight because I don't want to work out. I ride a freaking bicycle everywhere. So, I definitely ride and work out. I need that. Use that too. Look at that drop. Get rid of the wagon. It's worth 18 gold. that's worth 500. Holy crap. These aren't worth all that much. I'll get rid of these. Yeah, but like Trump plans to reduce the disabilities for fakes, people claiming it under false pretenses. Yeah, I want that. I need the rot to make fertilizer. I was hoping it was still here. But yeah, Blue Super and Death and even Hitman have more claim to being given a position in the server above that of just a regular player or a basic admin for, you know, helping out with like character RP maintenance than anybody else, because they've donated both time and money. Yeah, this year I have to figure out, like, I gotta redo my what do you call it? Budget. I gotta redo my budget because for the last 2 years I've had subsidiaries money from my medical, where they would give me so much a month to be used towards bills, and I was able to pay my cell phone with it. And this year they changed the plan. I lost that plan. It's now a different plan, so I gotta see what I've got to do and what I've got to change. I gotta see what this new plan does, because it also does give me some financials, like, you know, because I'm on Medicaid, Medicare, and disability. The Medicaid plans, they give you like money towards some bills, food, and over-the-counter medications stuff. So I just have to figure out, like, is it every month I get the money like the old plan was, or is it every quarter? And then how much per quarter, and how much okay, so 1 month out of each quarter I can pay off the phone, so that means every 2 months, for the last 2 months of every, like, it'll be like February, January, no, February, March, and then May, June, and September, October, no, August, September, and then November, December for going forward paying off my cell phone bill. Because if I don't pay the cell phone bill, I can't do Uber, DoorDash, which means I can't afford a lot of the stuff for the server, my internet, food, you know, because that's what I subsidize everything with. You guys do donate, and I do appreciate when you do donate a lot, honestly. Blue's helped me out a couple of times in the past, helped me get past bills on some stuff. But yeah, electric bill's still ridiculous in this apartment. I'm still hunting for an apartment I can move to, but that means I also have to have like $2,500 extra for moving costs, because I have to have the down payment, I have to have security deposit for a new apartment, and I have to have the money necessary to pay for movers, because I'm too physically... What is going on with you people?
Hello there.
What's new? I used to think there were wild boars that came to feed on the rotten fruit, fell from my trees, but even they always come punctually as if under a spell. Are hunters not interested in that? It's an easy game. Told them several times, but somehow they didn't consider it a challenge, as if that would dull their skills or something. They want to hunt them. In terms of a good thing, we're not short of food. Yeah. You need a working cell phone.
Take care.
No, it's not even the working cell phone issue. It's the,
How is life treating you?
These guys are so glitched, it's hilarious.
Have a good day.
Where's your hobo camp? I need your hobo camp. I need to hire somebody to take care of the pigs. Ah, there it is. Just need one farmer.
How are you?
Field work drives me a bit, but it's been a thing. My family, that's why a natural knack for farming. I'm very good at it. Okay.
Good luck.
What about you, lady?
Hello.
Hello.
Is this new village yours?
Sometimes I wish we could turn back.
See you
time.
soon.
I'd make you mine. What
Hello.
Hello.
You really
They always
need all
answer the
these
same,
stones in
hello. Like me, have an eye for finding the best spot for fishing and finding mushrooms, surviving on the road. She's a okay, so she's a
So
survivor.
long.
So long.
Oh, it's you again.
Dude, I've never met you. What the hell are you talking about?
Maybe the king will even remember your name.
Sime Mill.
Take care.
Or Cinnamon Mill.
Travels, how is life treating you?
Pretty good. How about you? I wish to make our forests and settlements and coexist with an army. I see hunting not only as a source of food. I will, Super. Give me just a minute. My phone is way over the frick over there.
Sometimes I've got a feeling the whole world freezes for a moment. As if
Okay.
somebody...
See you soon.
Okay, I might come back.
All
to you.
right, then.
Okay,
Keep
we
your
got Palmer.
secrets.
Or Sime Mill. I'm gonna go with Palmer. I can't say his freaking name.
How do you do?
Okay. Palmer. Give me a house. We can't put you in with the 16-year-old. That's just wrong. And we're gonna put you on the pigsty. I know. All right. I believe a lot of their names are. Uh, it's a fantasy world. It's based off of fantasy, but they're very Eastern European. The names are very Eastern European. Barn, fishing, where's the pig pen? Okay.
Win.
Alright. Okay, go to this. Edit. Okay, we want manure. Accept assignments. And I don't know why I gotta do it this way, but we're doing 100%. Let me drag it. Let me drag it. Why won't you let me drag it? We want 100% of that manure because we need the manure to make the fertilizer. I don't know. I find like if you watch Day of Death stream, Eastern European women I find very funny. As in the give me a second. I have to blow my nose. I find Eastern European women interesting. Uh, Mostly it's both a cultural, modern, and old cultural thing because it's known. It's like not even I'm not even kidding. Like the stories of how
I wish I had a significant other as well.
sexually aggressive Eastern European women are goes back thousands of years. And yeah, a lot of it comes because they live in like village. They still to this day have villages like this, very rustic, very low tech. So there's not a lot of entertainment, and when the lights go out, there's not much else to do but do it. So yeah, Eastern European women are very like, and the men are blasé as hell about it. You gotta come up, come up, come on, come on, jump. Jump! Come on! Diggy! Yeah, seriously. So, it's cultural. Where, like, I mean, I worked with this... I worked with this German girl. Eastern, like, she was from, East Germany originally. She's originally from East Germany, so she grew up underneath Russian rule. Because you gotta remember, up through the 80s, they were underneath Russian rule until, like, I think 88? I can't remember when exactly. I know the wall came down when I was in elementary school, I think. But she grew up underneath Russian rule, so it's Russian concepts of life. And we were working together, and I was teasing Death about, like, me and Raven's voice were back and forth on his stream in the chat, where she was a cook, and she was in her mid-20s. I was in my late 20s, and yeah, she was cute. I thought she was out of my frickin' league. She was 5 foot, a lot of attitude. Not bad attitude, just but very boom, 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 this. But she liked to party. And it is a very Eastern European thing. They are very serious when they are at work. When they're not working, they party. And so, get your sword out. So, oh yeah, Joe, you're about the same age as me. I forgot that. So, one night, this 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old high school kid is hitting on her. And she goes, unless you can do like 4 hours, I won't do you. And dude's like, he starts laughing. And I'm doing prep work, and I just turned my shoulder a little bit and mumbled under my breath, 4 hours, that's rookie numbers. And she's very serious and looking at him very serious. She goes, no, I was serious, 4 hours. If you can't go for 4 hours, I won't bother with you. You are not worth my time. Jeez, maybe you want to tell him Tom Dublin. She literally would not have anything to do with this kid because he said he was like lucky, like he's honest about it. So I'm lucky if I can go like 15-20 minutes of anything, and then I'm done. That's why you young boys aren't worth the effort. And then she like looked at me, and I'm like, don't look at me. I am not in your league. Like, I am not in your league to be trying to go after you. She was gorgeous. 5 foot tall, blonde, like long blonde hair. She was built like, which is probably why I have a thing for her too. She was built like Bernadette in Big Bang Theory. That same body type and build. Buxom, nice ass, blonde, long blonde, like long, flowing, gorgeous blonde hair, curly blonde hair, not super curly, but wavy blonde hair. Your typical, like, blonde German matriarch type. But yeah, no, she talked about stuff like, it's just, I can't do it on YouTube. But we ended up talking a lot, and she was here on a work visa, and it was running out, and she offered, and I still kick myself for not taking the offer. But I was paranoid about, I was paranoid as hell about the government figuring out what it was. But she wanted to stay in America. But, to stay in America, you have to have a visa. And she was not sure her work visa was going to be renewed. So she offered to marry me for $5 grand. And this was in like 93, like 99, 2000. I was pushing like 26, 27 years old. So, and I'm like, well, yeah, but you know, if we're married, if I'm getting married, I want to be in a relationship with that person. I don't want it to just be some transaction. And she goes, oh, don't worry, I will have sex with you. My boyfriend won't mind. And that's when my brain kind of went, no. It's like, we're getting to the, well, if I'm going to get laid, boyfriend, no. She had a fiance who's from Germany. But he was also trying to get, he was also trying to get a woman to marry him from America so he could get a visa. And she literally said, we get married, I give you a child, a boy. Any girls, at 18 they get to choose you or me. But we stay married for the 7 years, and then we done. And I'm like, no, yeah, 'cause meanwhile, she'd still be hooking up with her fiance. Even though we're married, and we're supposed to be a couple, we'd live together, yes. And we'd be in the same bed, yes, because you've got to be able to convince the United States government that you're a couple, and if you can't name off private things like how he likes his, butter toasted, get double the backwards reverse commentary there. If she can't say how he likes his butter toasted, or how she and I can't answer how she likes her bread sliced, then you go to jail. The dude goes to jail and she gets deported. So it's not something you just jump into, and it kind of freaked me out. I was just like, no, thank you. I'm good, thanks. No, if I'm gonna get married, I want to get married to somebody who I'm actually with. If I'm gonna have children, I want to be with somebody that those children, that I 100% guaranteed they're my children. Because yeah, there's a chance they wouldn't be mine. I said, wait a minute, you have a fiance? She goes, yeah, would he still be in the picture? Oh, of course he would. He's my fiance. We'll just put our marriage on hold until we're legal citizens, or I'm a legal citizen. Then if he's not a legal citizen yet, I will marry him so that he can become a naturalized legal citizen. I create like a daisy chain of freaking, citizenship through marriage thing going. And and you're saying we'll have sex, but what about kids? And she goes, oh, if you want kids, we can have kids. I go, that's not my comment, but, hey. Is he gonna wear condoms? Oh no, he doesn't like wearing condoms. Well then, what the fuck's in it for me? Meanwhile, he's gonna be out dating and whoring around, trying to get girls to marry him. Like, his plan was to purposely knock an American girl up, marry her, and then, after 7 years, leave her, and go back to this girl. I go, what happens if he gets married while you're married? Oh, then I just wait for his 7 years to come up and I divorce, but we'll be on the side, we'll do it on the, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is freaking, it's like diabolical, it's literally, it's not despicable. It's just diabolical that they thought it out. They planned it out. Who gets who. If he got married before she got married, what she would do, what he would do. Like he's trying to get. He was trying to hook up with rich girls who weren't the best looking. He was a decent looking dude too, much better looking than me. I'm not gonna lie, dude is good looking. But he was better looking than me, and that was like, yeah, I know they're not going to be my kids because he's better looking than I am. I know which kids aren't going to be mine. They're not going to be the good looking ones. But, oh God, it was surreal. It was so surreal. Oh, this thing weighs 4 pounds, and it's completely useless. It's decoration. We'll come back for it. I need the freaking, because This has weight. Well, the coins don't have weight, but I want the wheat and the planks. Well, it's not that she wouldn't want kids. She said, "Oh, I want children, and I would like to like." And I'm pretty, and she went, "Oh, and I'm pretty sure you want children." I said, I don't know if I want children, but I wouldn't be against having children. And she goes, "Well, any children, like, you know, it'll be this weird situation where I wouldn't be positive they're my kids, because yeah, she'd still be having sex with her ex." Or her fiance, because she's like, would you guys stop seeing? He's like, no, why would I stop seeing him? He's my fiance. Because we got married. My brain's trying to come back to that, but we get married. So, if we're married, she's not your fiance anymore. Oh no, he'd still be my fiance. We just put the marriage on hold for 7 years. Until I can get a divorce, until I can divorce you. And she was very much and I will make sure you make money, so that when we divorce, I be taken care of. I'm like, whoa, that was the other that pissed me off. I'm like, no, you're not gonna push me to make a lot of money, so that you can take it at the end of the 7 years. That's not how that's happening. Is what you want your children to go hungry? I don't even know if they'll be my children. Is this why I've had a German woman, a Polish girl. I call her a girl because she was 18 and I was 30. I was at another job. I had a girl from, where is it? I want to say Nicaragua, but I don't think it was. South America. Who, like, and they target guys like me. Guys, like, in steady jobs they know, and jobs, like steady jobs, where they get a hold of you, build you up, get you working and staying working, and make you feel good about yourself, get you to marry them, and then leave you after 7 years. It's literally something that, like, I've seen, I won't call them documentaries. I've seen articles and short video discussions about it, where it's something that is not, I won't call it taught, but it is a known method for women out who come to America through, like, a student visa or a work visa to get their citizenship in America. They use the marriage system. There was a movie that Ryan Reynolds was in with Sandra Bullock that discussed it.
I can't say a bad word about our king. I can't say a good word either. How are you?
Dude, what are you doing out here?
Goodbye.
Freaking go to bed, jackass. Where are you going? No, you're not much younger than me. You're only like 5 years behind me. Hey, why isn't the camp lit? Light the campfire, you buttholes. I built a campfire for you to all sit around. Come on. And I have no clue where, like, the Bobski's going, but apparently he's wandering around. NPCs are weird. Yeah, 3 times in my life I've had women offer to marry me for money, meaning they pay me to get in so that they could get American citizenship. And then I had one woman off of a dating site try the same bullshit, but wanted me to pay her. And I'm like, why would I pay you? You're the one that needs the the visa. Why would I pay you? And she says, why would I pay you? As well, because I'm the one with the citizenship, and but you're gonna get to have sex with me, and that's part of being married. Sorry to tell you, oh no, we're not gonna have sex unless you pay me. Well, I'm sorry, I don't pay for sex, which kind of pissed her off. And that's when she stopped talking to me on the internet. I don't do fucking dating sites anymore either because of stupid shit like that. Well, congrats, dude. That's actually not for this day and age. 5 years is good. Because so many people meet people in the wrong way nowadays with the fucking the worst thing I can say about modern dating is that people meet their significant others the wrong way. You don't want to meet somebody through an app that checks and balances, and I want this, I want that. You're fulfilling a checklist. You're not looking for a significant other. You're doing a checklist. And then you're basically looking for somebody who's essentially just like you. And being with somebody who has all the same thing, likes all the same things you like, has all the same interests, has all the same this, has all the same, likes all the same shows. Yes, it is good to like a lot of the same things, but it is not good to be forever, you get bored. It becomes boring. A lot of divorces in America in the last 20 years have been because the girl or the guy got bored. Because it's the same old, and yeah. But it's all on how you meet your other. If you dating sites, they haven't been around long enough to prove that they're worth anything. They just haven't. There's no proof that they make long-term success. Most in fact prove they don't. Most of them prove that they don't create long-term successful marriages. Am I out of carrots? I'm out of no, I think I'm out of carrots. Nope, I don't have any more carrots. I'm out of carrots. But we have bowls. Gotta put the bowls over here, and we gotta wait for spring to get more carrots. Make some more. We're gonna make some. We'll cook half. But yeah, my parents knew each other. Their first date was in July. I think they went on a blind date to a picnic and a movie at a drive-thru in New Jersey or PA somewhere. And they were married by November. 4 months. And no, Mom was not pregnant. My brother was not born for another... they got married in 1970. My brother was married... 1970 or 1971. My brother was born in 72. He's 3 years older than me. I was born in 75. it's not even a match. You don't want a match. You don't want somebody who matches you, because this don't work. You don't want this. You want this. You don't want to match somebody. You want people to be compatible, yes. You don't want, no, you don't want somebody like, if you're Catholic and they're Muslim, it may not work out. If you're Catholic and they're Jehovah's Witness, it definitely ain't gonna work out. But you don't have to have the exact same religion. You don't have. My dad was a Presbyterian and Protestant. Went to a Protestant church and a Presbyterian church. My grandparents switched churches halfway through his life. He was baptized one and finished the other. I was baptized Catholic and grew up in a Presbyterian church and almost became a Presbyterian minister. I almost went to Presbyterian seminary. You want somebody who's compatible, somebody who's your likes do not piss them off so much that they don't want to have anything to do with you anymore.
As long as he doesn't poke his nose into my business.
It's not about having somebody like exactly the same thing that you like. It's about having enough likes together that your likes don't piss them off so much that they want nothing, or they get bored with you. You don't want it so that you don't want so many likes the same stuff. Oh wait, I can make with cabbage. I can make porridge. You don't want it so that you don't want it, like my mom. She liked camping, but did not have to go camping every weekend. My dad really liked camping. He also really liked hunting, and he went hunting and camping a lot. My mom did not go with him all the time. Didn't need to. It should be completely okay for you to go, hey, I'm going. Okay, she's Puerto Rican.
I haven't
well,
been drinking enough today.
She's still an American, dude. I have Puerto Rican friends who get pissed off like this. We're still Americans. We might be from Puerto Rico, but we're a part of the Americas. And they're still a part. They are technically Americans in that while they do not pay American taxes in Puerto Rico, they are an American protectorate. There's the Philippines. There's parts of the Philippines and Puerto Rico are American protectorates. In the Virgin Islands, they're a protectorate. They are technically
My mouth's dry.
They can get benefits from Social Security. They don't have to have their version of a work visa here is not the same as like their green card is different. They still have like a green card, but it's not a green card. I forget the specifics to it. But it doesn't, like, they don't have the same, like, what the hell? Yeah, okay. Somebody from Puerto Rico, born, raised Puerto Rican, can come to America easier than somebody from, like, Cuba or Britain, or France, or anywhere else in the world. Same thing. Some people from Philippines, some of the Philippines, not all of the Philippines, just some of the Philippines, because some of the Philippines are actually under British rule, I think, still, or were. They're independent now, but used to be British. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so faster craft, workshop and smithy. I went with faster cooking. I wish that increased I wish your physical strength could increase. I really do. But yeah, they get privileges as a part of being an American protectorate. Yeah, you're technically a U.S. citizen, but it's weird. I had somebody explain it to me, like, who's from Puerto Rico. It's also a reason why he gets every year that the country of Puerto Rico, the citizens of Puerto Rico, downvote joining, because America is officially like it. All it will take is Puerto Ricans to go, yeah, sure, we'll join them. We'll become the 51st state, and they're become the 51st state. It's not a huge problem. Yeah, they can travel, work freely. They pay into income tax. They don't pay. Their taxes are not our taxes. It's also the reason they don't want to join the United States, because if they joined the United States as a state, all of a sudden tariffs, like in between, like their taxes go through the roof. Their cost of living goes through the roof. But yeah, I can go to Puerto Rico and live off my disability, like ridiculously easy. Same thing with somewhere in the Philippines, in the Virgin Islands. I can go and live there on my disability and not lose it. I don't have. I come back once a year to see an American doctor, because it's gotta be here. But I can go to an American, and every year I could go. One, I hate boats, and two, while I don't think I'll end up being there if my mom passes at the moment, like right now, if my mom, God forbid, or God's forbid, how you're going to put it, if my mom passed, I'd have no way to get there without family help. I got these two numbnuts, and my finances are just nowhere near what I need to go from where I'm at, and I can't fly. So I'd have to take a train or a bus, or I'd have to have somebody drive me, because I don't have a driver's license. I gave mine up. This pisses my sister off, because I wasn't at my dad. I didn't come up to visit my dad before he passed. This is one. I lived in New Orleans. It was freaking COVID. There was no fucking way I was getting from New Orleans to upstate New Jersey in the summer of 2020. Wasn't happening. In July of 2020, Louisiana locked down their border. You could not cross unless it was for work. You could not come back across unless it was because you worked in the medical field. Couldn't do it. So I don't know why my sister was all bent out of shape that I never got to go home to say goodbye to my dad. I talked to him on the phone like a week before he passed, and I still think the hospital fucked up his meds. That's something I wish my mom and my brother had
Some decorations
done
sure
something,
would
like
be
gotten more information about. Because I swear I think they doped my dad up to keep him, because he's the type where my father's was the type where if he was miserable, everyone around him had to be miserable. He's that kind of an asshole. I'm also probably that kind of an asshole. I try not to be, because I know how my dad was, but yeah, I know. But no, I'd have to do a boat. But I hate boats. And also, I don't know how my heart condition, like my circulation issues, would be affected by that. It's one of the reasons I can't fly, is because if I fly, they're landing the plane 10 minutes after they take off, because once they take off, and the G-forces actually hit you, and yeah, they'll still hit you inside the plane. Because I felt them on the when I flew down here to visit, and fucking, like, I almost passed out flying down for a weekend visit. I'd hate to see, and that was when I was still. That was over a decade ago. That was in 2012, July of 2012, and I had not gotten super bad with my circulation yet. They hadn't massively screwed up my circulation quite yet. I'd only been on high dose diuretics for, at that point in time, 8 years. By the time they did catch it and figure out that, oh wow, we've turned your blood to molasses, I was 15 years deep into being medicated more and more and more. Yeah, but no, I have genetic high blood pressure. My dad and I and it's the only thing we can figure out why I'm the way I am. Both me and my father caught a virus when we were like 8. I was 8 or 9. He was like 38, 39. He had me when I was born when he turned like a week after he turned 30. His birthday was June 12th. Mine's June 19th. I literally got him out of work with a false alarm call. My mom in the hospital with a false alarm for his 30th birthday, which back in the 70s, he literally told the doctor either he comes out next time or I won't be here when he's born the time after that, because he only had 3 days. And she'd already had a false alarm in the beginning of June when I was supposed to be born. I was like 2-3 weeks late. I was supposed to be born in the beginning of June. I wasn't born until the middle of, like, almost, like, third week. Yeah, third week of June. 19th of June. I was late. I was supposed to be, like, between the 1st and the 7th, somewhere in that first week, but I went late. And my mom's like, oh, he's going to be born on your birthday, just watch. And then, like, my mom had a false alarm with me on his birthday. And that was day 2 for his 3 days of maternity leave in the 70s as a father. He only got 3. No, nothing else. Not like now where they can actually take 6 months to a year in some jobs. Some jobs. Look, our dude's working the piggy. Is Miss Piggy grown up yet? How we doing?
How can I help you?
We're gonna do a little small talking. How's your day going? Well, dude, don't catch a cold now. God, I just hired your ass.
Goodbye. It's starting to look like a proper village.
Well, dude, you just got here. Shut up. Jerk. I need fertilizer for this. This is all planted with rye. I did plant the last of that rye, right? Yeah. Let me double check. Field 1. Yeah, I got 20, 24, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 40. And that is going to be winter planting. We're planting. Spring, autumn, autumn, spring, spring, summer, winter. Carrots. We're gonna do 40. We're gonna do 40 carrots. I have 40, right? Do I have? Did she put the oats? Because they're supposed to do oats sometime too. Oats, rye, oats. Oats is spring. Okay. Harvest in autumn. Onion is spring. Harvest in summer. Didn't I buy seeds? Could have sworn I bought seeds. What is this thing? Navigation object. Oh, it's worth the money, that's all. But yeah, it's just like weird shit. Yeah, I will. Thank you again, Blue. And dude, yeah, once you're stable enough, once you have your computer going and you are ready to come, because I remember you were saying you wanted to come and like start learning, and that was around the same time shit hit fan. Also, the weather turned bad for you guys in Florida. We got a lot of cool shit coming in. Not gonna lie, we got a lot of cool shit. You have a good night, Supra. Take care. Be safe out there. 'Cause I know, like, you know, we're coming up. Frost season, I know it can be bad in both here and in Florida. Come February, the cold. Stay, you know, safe and everything.
Stay safe, Supra. I know. I've been here this whole time. You're just as good as you need.
Well, I think they doped my dad so that he wouldn't be a pain in the ass. I think he was given like sedatives. And for a man with a circulation problem and a heart condition who's had like problem, like he literally like had like several what's the word, he had strokes. He had a couple of strokes. Yeah, that's death, Joe. He's been here. He's just been kind of keeping quiet. He's been eating, I guess.
Yeah, I've been munching hella hard.
He had a couple of strokes and heart attack, and I think they gave him sedatives. I think they were giving him low dose sedatives. And as I said, me and my father both got a virus when I was around 9 or 10. During this, I think it was the summer between my 4th and 5th grade year. I'm trying to remember. Mom says I ended up in the hospital. I don't remember this. At least I remember being sick. I just don't remember it being super severe. But apparently, Jesus Christ, guys. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Let me clean out your freaking pen. God. Fucking hell, that's loud.
Hey Joe, what up? How you been, man? I've been hearing. Later, Blue. I'm dying to have the shit.
Roosters they're getting mad at me because I'm in the. That's what they do. No, I've dealt with real chickens. They get fucking pissed off. Like roosters get pissed when you go and take the eggs from the hutches. They're defending their young.
I haven't kicked you out of the house yet.
They did before. They pushed me out when I was collecting. I was collecting, and they literally pushed me out. I'm like, what the fuck? How did I end up outside? These motherfuckers just pushed me out. But yeah. So my father and I got this virus. My dad ended up in the hospital and had to have the surgery hit him so bad it damaged his heart, which started his decline for his heart. Me, it did something weird with my circulation, and it fucked with my thyroid, I think, or at least my adrenal gland, because the school tried to have me classified as having, the school tried to classify me as having a learning disability, and my father's like, he doesn't have a learning disability, he's not stupid, he's just being lazy. And I wasn't being lazy, I was being obstinate. I did not want to be in that school anymore. I was trying to get kicked out of the school, and by doing the only thing I knew to do, which was not do my homework, not participate in class that they wanted me to do. I was acting out. Typical thing a kid with Asperger's or a high-end person with a undiagnosed autism would do. So at 10 years old, middle of my 5th grade year, I was 10 years old. No, I would have been. Yeah, no, I was 10 years old. In my 5th grade year, they gave me an IQ test. And I tested so high that it freaked out the doctors and the people and the psychiatrists. Like, tell me, oh no, he's got a learning disability. He's got a learning disability. He doesn't have a learning disability. He's just being lazy. Because I've helped him do his freaking. I helped him do his math homework. I know he had it when he left home to go to school. He's throwing it away on the way to school. Maybe you should find out why he's throwing away his schoolwork on the way to school, and they come to find out that I was bullied by my 5th grade teacher was bullying me, actively bullying me. So I was refusing. I just started refusing. I figured if I can maybe I'll get kicked out of the class. And the 5th grade teacher tried to have me forcefully reduced back to 4th grade. Because I didn't know how school worked. But she found out from my 4th grade teacher, who's also one of my 2 5th. It's a weird system. You're in my elementary school. One of our 1st grade teachers was one of our kindergarten teachers because it helped with transition. So they just rotated you up 1 grade each. So one of my 2 kindergarten teachers became one of my 1st grade teachers. Then one of my 1st grade teachers became my 2nd grade teacher. One of my 2nd grade teachers became my 3rd grade teacher. And then my 3rd grade teacher became my 4th grade teacher. And then 4th, 5th, And then that's where it ends because 6th, 7th, 8th, middle school, they had established teachers. So 1st through 5th, they rotate your teachers so you have a consistent, like a touchstone. It works, but at the same time, it can develop favoritism. So my 3rd and 4th grade teacher, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Dickinson, I still remember her name. She, because she couldn't understand how all of a sudden, after 3rd grade, my grades went crapped out. Like, in 4th grade, I stopped participating. Stopped participating in class, stopped participating in everything. Because after 4th grade, I was just done. I'd hit my, bucket. I'd hit my level of bucket. I'm out. I'm not participating in school anymore. I don't want to be here. I want out. I want to get kicked out of this school. I hate this school. I hate these kids. I want out. So I just stopped participating in class. I stopped doing my homework. I'd take my tests because you couldn't get out of taking tests, and I would ace the tests, and then correct the grammar on the test papers because the teachers handmade them. They did it in bulk. They did it quick. So a lot of times it may not have been 100%. So yeah, there's mistakes on the paper test. I corrected the English on the math test. I was doing multiplication tables at the level of a high school senior in 4th grade. Not algebra, but high-end complex math, like multiple, the chain stuff. But it was times divide. I could do all that pretty easily. And what is the difference? We'll make them both. But the teachers couldn't understand. Miss Dickinson just said, she just passed me. Because she figured, oh, he'll grow out of it. And just, get himself straightened out, and then it'll be fine next year in 5th grade and 6th grade. He'll get a hold of himself and straighten himself out. And I didn't. It just kept going and going to the point where my 5th grade teacher, halfway through the year, she pushed me so far that I picked up a school desk, and these are the steel base, wooden topped. I wonder if I can find a photo of one. Just to give you an idea of what I frickin' threw, because these things were not light desks. What the hell? God damn it. Why did that turn on? Because I didn't even hit that. Fucking Google. Getting copyrighted. 80s school desk metal base wooden top. Image. There we go. God damn it, not that. Go back. Just the image. Open image. Okay, we have nothing dirty up. Okay, good. Death knows what I'm talking about when I say we have nothing dirty up. But yeah, no, my actual school teacher bullied me. The woman should not have had a teaching job after it was brought out that she'd done it, and they didn't fire her because she was going on maternity leave right after that year. And in New Jersey in the 80s, for our school districts, the union got them some really damn good maternity leave. This is not the image I want to show you. Here. And it's a Samsung. This is the desk. I picked this son of a bitch up. I was 10 years old. I was a small-ass kid. But that's the desk I picked up and threw over, like picked it up over my head and flung it across the room and through a window 20 feet. Freaked out the entire freaking class. And it just, I just picked up, went over to my thing. The whole time, teacher's screaming at me, "Get back, go pick up your desk, get your desk." And I'm like, and I just told her F off, which unsettled their shit, like unbelievably. But that desk, that right there, that's the old school desk we used to have. I picked that up, books falling out of it as I'm picking it up. We used to keep our school, because we had set seats and we keep our books in the desk that we didn't take home for homework. So I picked that desk up, and that's good. Those things were 30, 40 pounds. They weren't light. And I threw it over my head, And I was like, probably like less than, I was like 4 foot maybe. I was angry, so angry. Rage, like pure, like blackout rage. I used to have that problem, this blackout rage problem. And I threw this desk over my head, cleared a kid across from me, because we used to sit in this little U-shape so she could stand in the center and talk at us instead of to us. The other thing I hated about her. She didn't talk to us, she talked at us. So I picked this desk up, threw it, and then proceeded to walk out, go over to our little cubbyhole area, grab my coat, grab my jacket. It's in freaking December. Grab all my stuff, shove it all into my backpack. Leave the school, just walk out of the school, because my house was 200 feet from the school. Yeah, there's no way I was skipping school. Like, there's no way I could have ever, like, pulled the whole, "Oh, I'm going to school, Mom," and then, like, wait for her to leave, go somewhere, and then go home and watch cartoons or something. I couldn't skip school during elementary school. So I come home halfway through the day. My mom's just gotten. She heard me come in. She's getting up because she's got to get ready to go to work at 3 o'clock. So she's getting up to start her day because she's a second shift. She'd get up in the morning, make sure we went to school, and then we'd go back and lay down for 5, 6 more hours because we were up and out the door by 6:30, 7 o'clock. She didn't have to be up till noon because she worked second shift as a nurse, so like she's getting up at noon to have her her tea, her toast, and watch some of her shows while like doing laundry and everything. Oh yeah, that's another one. I'd read books constantly, and the teacher just would yell at me for reading a book. I wouldn't be paying attention in class. I'd be reading a book. Books that the school gave me, because I ended up in detention a lot, and when you're in detention in that time, you just stayed after school for an hour, and whatever teacher had detention, you did stuff like you sat in her classroom while she corrected papers, or you helped her clean her closet. And I was doing detention with the 7th and 8th grade English teachers. And they were like, "Why are you in detention?" "I don't pay attention in class. Apparently, I don't turn in my homework, blah, blah, blah." "Why not?" "I don't like the class. I don't like the teacher, blah, blah." And they understood. They understood that. And so well, you're going to be organizing this bookshelf today. "Okay. You've got detention for the week for not turning in your homework for the 18th day in a row. So you're going to be here after school for 45 minutes every day from 3 to 4 o'clock every day." It's 45 minutes, but, end of school day, like, 3:15, kids are still even, so your detention started like 3:15. You're going to be in this classroom from around 3 to 4, so get to work. And I'd have like the entire bookshelf organized in a day and a half. And like the teacher would be like, what, like, "Oh, I did it." Like, "Already?" "Yeah." And they're like, "What do we do with the kid? He just organized 800 copies of a book. He just organized 800 copies of books. He just organized the entire reading selection for the 8th grade class." and they had a book, a new book every month. So it's September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 10 books. 20 copies of 10 books. 2,000. No, is it 2,000 or 200? 10 times 20. 10, oh, Jesus Christ, my brain just completely crapped out on me. 10 times 20 is 200. Yeah, 200 copies, 10 different books, 200 copies, 3 different school, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So 600 books. Because each year, 6th, 7th, 8th graders all went to the same 2 English teachers. Each of them had 600 books in their closet that they rotated through, like not 600, but like they had 600 copies, 10 copies of, like 10 books, 10 to 20 books that they just rotate that were acceptable reading level.
Living here is definitely better than
But
living
we were
on the road.
reading Tolkien,
Not much.
J.R.R. Tolkien. We were reading The Lord of the Rings in 5th grade, 6th grade in our school. You started book 1 in 6th grade, book 2 in 7th grade, book 3 in 8th grade. I read them in 4th grade. I read The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit in 4th grade. I still have my books. Wait, this is actually kind of cool. Give me a second. Oh, I've had that. Walking to the vice principal's office from my junior year of high school. Same. Junior year, sitting there reading a book. Teacher comes over and goes, why aren't you brainstorming a book you're going to read for your junior term paper? I've already picked my book. Oh, give me a break. School started like 3 days ago. Sorry if I cut out, guys. I'm going into the front room. I might lose my headset. School started 3 weeks ago, or not, 3 days ago. There's no way you've already picked the book you're going to read for your senior year, or for your junior year term paper. Is this the book? I gotta look for the stamp. Is this the right one? When was this published? Yep, this is the book. This one, this one, this one. Where's my Hobbit? Is this the Hobbit I had? Yep. Guys, these books are older than I am. I'm going to see if I can get these to center properly. We'll start with... Oh, this tells you how old I am. This one. This is my... I got this in 4th grade. Not kidding. This is my 4th grade. This is a book I got in 4th. This is the book they gave us in 5th and 6th grade to read. You can see the printing. Actually, it's not right. It's 1983. It's when it was printed. 6th printing, revised edition, 1980 and June 1983. I got this book in 1984. That's Return of the King. That's not that one. Twin Towers. Then there's... That's Return of the King. That's Return of the King. 2 Towers. Did I have them put in... Nah, what the hell? Give me a second, guys. 2 Towers. Which was... Some of these are so old. Not that one. Here it is. Not this one. It's this one, this one. We gotta find the beat the hell ones. And there's a certain artwork that's the same. Okay. See the artwork, how it's similar? This is the Fellowship of the Rings that I read. This one is a... God, this thing's held together with tape and prayers. Again, June 1983. Tell me if you guys can read that. I got these in 4th, 5th grade. I got all of them. These are books. These books are 40 years old. 41 years old, almost 42 years old. They're and I got other ones too. I got new copies because I didn't want to ruin the originals I had. I felt so bad about them being held together by, like, it's held. They're not even kidding. You guys want to fix a book, like a book cover that's come off. If you want it to, like, not fall apart on you. Oh, the Lays of Beleriad. Jesus. But I read the Silmarillion, which they based the Amazon TV series off of, which is complete shit. They crapped all over Tolkien, just like they crapped all over Anne Rice, just like they've crapped all over Star Wars. Putting, Tolkien's name on that piece of shit, DEI bullshit turned a fairy queen and princess into a warrior queen, which is complete crap. I'm gonna let the dogs out, guys, while I ramble. Yeah, we do. I got books older than half a fucking Redline, dude. More than half a Redline, because I think the only person who's older than me in Redline was not even. He's gone too. One of the guys used to play a grandpa, one of the grandpa characters, or people like they called grandpa. Go. But yeah, those books are 41 years old. I don't even think. I think Joe can confirm it or not. I don't remember if it was Joe who knew how old Bob. Bob might be in his 40s. No, he's getting there, but I don't think he's older. But I don't know if he's that old. I know I'm older than Bob by a few years. But yeah, I got books that are over 4 decades old. I have a copy of I have a hardback copy of books that are printed in the 60s. I have occult books that were published in the 40s. Books on numerology and don't mind me, I'm crushing a can. I have books on numerology and astrophysics, astro projection, and long distance view writing, where you see something in your mind and draw it, and it's supposed to be I forget what they called that. It was a thing during the 40s, 30s, and 40s. A lot of governments in the 30s and 40s were interested in that stuff. The Germans, the Russians, the English, the Americans. It's where MK Ultra got its start from, was guys from the German group and our own people from pre-World War II and through the World War II into the Korean War, where we got some weird tech and shit. Hell, you had the Russians were impregnating women with ape embryos to create the perfect super soldier. And there's actually DC and Marvel. DC and Marvel both have villains based off of that. The super apes. I think I won't quote on it, but I'm betting that the old some of the old stories out of Russia about them doing experiments with women and impregnating them with ape embryos, and, like, well, not ape embryos, but ape. They mixed ape and people, and put them in women to have babies. But I think it's where characters like Gorilla Grodd and some of the others got their starts, like the concepts for them, because of the whole weird experiments we were doing with apes and ape DNA and yeah, MK Ultra, yeah, the MK Ultra stuff. No, I have books that date back from the 30s and 40s on the occult, astral projection, numerology, spirit writing, all that stuff. Because of our because yeah, MK Ultra. Everybody thinks MK Ultra came out of the 50s and 60s, and actually it did in America. MK Ultra is essentially a continuation of the experiments that the German scientists were doing from the 30s to the 40s before we got a hold of them. So yeah, there's that. But that's how we got in the MK Ultra thing. But no, MK Ultra is kind of mind control. It's actually what it stands for, mind control ultra. There's a great book and movie called Men Who Stare at Goats that's all about MK Ultra and the stuff that was done to them, like dosing people with LSD for months and years on end without them being told. They even make fun of it. They even kind of make sideways fun of the MK Ultra program in the movie Red, R-E-D, with Bruce Willis, where they meet the one guy who's the nutcase. I think it's John Malkovich plays the character, but he's a nut job who lives in the bunker. And will you come up? And Bruce Willis goes, yeah, he's a little off. He has been since he thinks he used to swear that the United States government was dosing with 70 with like so much LSD a day, like 70 something like that a day. And they like, oh my God, is he like really? I go, yeah. Well, actually, it turned out to be true. He just thought it was. He just like people thought he was crazy because he said it, and then and then it turned out to be true. And actually, eugenics came from two German non-scientists who worked in Germany during the industrial age, from the 1830s. It's where BMI comes from. Body mass index comes from the two dudes, and they were Germans. In the 1830s, they were not doctors. It was it was the rise of the industrial area in Germany, where they had factory towns, like literally the towns were owned by the factory owners, and people lived and worked in them, and farm communities that weren't owned by the farmers, they were owned by the landowners. You worked. It was an extension of the serf system. And these guys would come into your town, tell you how much food, water, clothing, shelter, education, and how much they should weigh to be profitable and well, actually it's productive and profitable for your business. And America used to be the doctors cared about keeping you healthy and happy. Now it's about being productive and profitable, meaning can we make money off of you, and how fast can we get you back to work? If we can't make money off of you, meaning if we can't, like, I have a spinal injury that could probably be fixed, but they won't fix it. Because if they fix it, then they don't make any more money off of me. I don't come in every year, every couple of months for a physical therapy. I don't go in every few months asking to do this. Yeah. Oh no, Death's heard all this from me before. But yeah, no, the whole eugenics thing is a German concept, 100%. America used it a little bit. Kellogg, the original, not his brother, who founded the food company, because they actually both founded too. There's a movie about that too. It's a comedy movie. I think it's who does that star? comedy about Kellogg's founder. Wellville. The movie Wellville. The Road to Wellville came out in 1994. It is about the founding. It's a story of ins and outs of one unusual health facility in the early 20th century run by the eccentric Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. Yeah, it's sickness maintenance. They want to keep you healthy. They don't want to keep you happy and healthy and happy. They want to keep you productive and profitable. Are you productive, meaning are you getting back out into the workforce? Are you profitable, meaning can we make money off of you while you make money for your company? And the minute you don't anymore, they fix whatever, and unless you fight with them, unless you fight with your doctors. But yeah, it was this movie was it starred Anthony Hopkins, Bridget Fonda, Matthew Broderick, John Cusack, Dana Carvey, and Michael Lerner. Dana Carvey, the guy who played he's Bill, not Bill, not Bill and Ted. They basically brought the song "Stairway to Heaven" back to American populace as a big as a song. Garth, he played Garth from Wayne's World. Yeah, The Road to Wellville. It's a movie from 1994. It stars John Malkovich, Dana Carvey, a bunch of good actors. And it's about, like, this dude believed in female... and helping with female hysteria through physical manipulation of their lower region. Jacking them off. He believed that eating meat produced bad things. That's why he invented Kellogg's cereal. He was a vegan. It's a nut job. The dude was a nut jobby. But his stuff was centered around some of the concepts that came out. No, not Mike Myers. Dana Carvey. He played Garth, the blonde guy in Wayne's World. Sorry, I'm catching up probably to a commentary you're making, but you're catching up to me, I think. But but Dana Carvey played Garth. He actually did not like Mike Myers after a while too. It's kind of funny. They've had a falling out. There will never be another Wayne's World reunion movie ever, because Dana Carvey and Mike Myers, he doesn't like Mike Myers. There's some. Apparently, him and Mike Myers stopped liking each other halfway through the first Wayne's World movie, but they're contractually made to work a second movie. That's why they didn't do a lot of scenes together in the second movie, I think. Like, there wasn't a lot of... Like, they did it, but they were not happy. Neither of them. But anyway, a lot of Kellogg's stuff came from the stuff that the guy who did eugenics... Eugenics isn't strictly American. We took on a lot of their crap, but the Germans didn't get eugenics from us. We got eugenics from them. We got it from the German non-doctors. They were social engineers. Yeah, social engineering and Germans. There's a good combo. Now I'm just good. Like, once I know a name, I can name off stuff they've done. Like, John Cusack is an easy one. I mean, he's done so many He's done so many. Grosse Pointe Blank was an excellent movie. I loved Grosse Pointe Blank. It's actually supposedly there's tongue-in-cheek belief that Grosse Pointe Blank is a prequel to.
How can I help you?
And you gotta watch the movie Grosse Pointe Blank. It's actually really good. They joke about how the fact that Grosse Pointe Blank could be set up
Can
as
I interest
a
you in
prequel
good luck?
to John Wick, because of the way the characters are, and the fact that John Cusack has played a lot of kind of hippy dippy kind of characters before playing John Wick. You know, you got, you know, God damn it, I can't remember his name. You know, John Wick, the guy who played John Wick. He did, you know, all the Bill and Ted movies. He played a lot of hippy-dippy characters until he did Neo for The Matrix, and then, you know, he did, you know, a lot of serious acting movies. But yeah, the guys who invented eugenics were not doctors. They were social engineers. Two dudes. One dude invented it was a guy who'd come into your town and tell you how much food your people needed, how much water you people needed, how much education your people needed, shelter, sanitation, clothing. Keanu Reeves, thank you, Joe. Shelter for them to be productive enough to make you profit. And then the other guy figured out how to build the town so that the people could access everything they needed within a area. They essentially created the factory town. And then in America, it was turned into your coal mining towns, your store towns, where every house is situated around a company store. And that's what these guys helped create. We took it from the Germans. We took it from their people in the after the Civil War, and then the Germans took it back after World War II. After Prohibition, we said, "Fuck this shit, we're out," and we beat the hell out of and the West Virginians and Pennsylvanians beat the hell out of a lot of Pinkertons and Union Busters to get rid of Union towns. Or to get rid of company towns and shit. And then we went to work for Walmart, which is essentially a company town. Going to work for Walmart it's from the Midwest. The culture of Walmart, the culture of Target, is built around the same concepts as the culture in a company town or a company store town outside of a factory or outside of a mine. Where, oh, don't do a regular bank account, get your Walmart credit card as your deposit card for your paycheck. That way you can leverage your paycheck against buying food from us, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing that Walmart used to do. And it was, like, I refused it outright. Target did the same thing. Oh, get your Target benefits card. Don't attach your paycheck to a bank account.
Your mom is so fat that wizards think
Okay. Stone parchment shears. Oh, the game is called Stone Parchment Shears. He played nicely in front of my house, but he... Okay. So it's rock, paper, scissors. I'll do it as soon as I can. Okay. Talk to who? Jesus Christ, where am I going? Oh, I remember that movie. But yeah, Walmart leverages the whole company store or company town hey, does any of your family, your friends or family need a job? One of the first things you're asked. Do any of your friends and family need a job? I worked for Walmart twice. Once in 1994 for like 6 months. And then again in 1996. No. I worked in 1996 and I worked in 1998. I ended up part of a lawsuit that spanned from 96 to 99 where they were stealing our paychecks. I left the first time because they wouldn't transfer me after I lost a car. But yeah, both times when I went to work for them. Crispin Glover, Jesus. But yeah, both times when I went to work for them, I got asked, "Do any of your friends and family need work? We've got a lot of open positions." Like, lady, no. My mom's a registered nurse. She don't need to work. What about extra work? Like, lady, my mom's a registered nurse. She don't need another job.
Our king will go down in history as the most forgettable one.
It's like, there's no way.
I
Like,
gotta
no,
go.
my registered nurse mother, who works 40, like, who works like 3 days, like works 12-hour shifts 7 times, like 3 days on, 3 days off, 4 days on, 3 days off, is not coming in here to work part-time as a cashier. She don't need to. Target, Jesus. I worked for Target. I worked for Target when I first moved down here in December of 2012. I worked for them for 2 years almost. And yeah, again, a company that first thing they ask you, hey, do any of your family members need a job? Do you know why they ask you that? So that if you try to take time off of work, they can leverage the fact that your relative isn't taking time off, so why are you taking time off? They do that bullshit. Oh, she bought the illegal bottle. Yeah, they try the whole, like, I need this off, this off. Oh, well, so-and-so didn't take that time off. Why are you taking time off? But your cousin isn't. Because this is this is my vacation time where I'm going on vacation with my mother and father. This is not a 18 cousins and my brother-in-laws going on vacation. We don't do vacations like that in my family. You know, we're not that kind of family. I don't know what kind of family you think we are. I may be redneck, but we ain't that redneck. You know, I'm a hillbilly, not a redneck. You know, we don't take group vacations. We ain't that kind of family. And, you know, the other one was I went to work, the first Walmart I went to work from about a year after I started with them. I started dating a girl who had been with the company for a month. She worked in clothing, I worked hardware and paint. And I went on a family vacation with my mother, father, and sister. Something we did twice a year, and I'd missed the whole year before because I did not have the time off. This year I was taking those vacations. And Walmart, one, didn't like the fact that I was dating a girl in the building. Well, they did, but they didn't. Because I had a year's seniority over her, and I was an assistant department manager, and she wasn't anything. She was a closed stand. You go, one, we don't work in the same division, department, or area. We don't even have the same schedule. You know, it's like I'm coming in when she's leaving. The only reason we started dating is because she worked a couple of night shifts for somebody, thought I was funny, and asked me out. Or had one of her friends on the night shift ask me out. Hey, you want to come with us after it's bar? We're going to meet a bunch of people from the store. Yeah, sure, why not? I ain't doing anything tonight. Let's go. And she was there, and that's when we got together. Because of a multi-person hangout after work. And the management was not, like, they don't like that. They don't like it when, like, the employees gather outside of work, unless it's a work situation. If they are in control of that, they don't like it. They don't like, Walmart and Target do not like it when their employees get together after work without a manager there. Like, a manager tried to horn in on the gathering, and everybody there went, like, everybody's like, wait, is so-and-so coming? And they're like, yeah. Well, I can't go then. Why? Well, I'm not going to go to something with a manager there. And they're like, oh. And then they uninvited the manager. Because the whole point of the get-together was to hook me up with this girl. And I said, I won't go to a thing with a manager there because we're going to talk about shit. We're going to shit-talk the store. They're going to hear it, and it's going to be held against us. because we're all gonna be drinking, and you know it's true. And they're like, yeah, you're right. We're gonna shit talk managers, gonna shit talk the store. And Walmart already had stuff in their employment clauses that anything you do outside of Walmart that reflects badly, like that goes against Walmart policies while you're working, like drinking, fighting, swearing, will get you fired. Like I knew somebody the second time I worked for Walmart who was involved in he was involved in a arrest. Was not involved in the fight. He was released the same night. He had nothing to do with the fight. He just happened to be at the same bar as the fight occurred in, but the cops just arrested everybody. And it showed up in the newspaper, in the police blotter, the back of the fucking newspaper, that he was among a long list of people that were arrested in a bar fight. So the next day when he came into work, because he didn't work that day, but the day after the newspaper came out, he came into work and he had his walking papers. Because Walmart does not tolerate violence at the workplace. And the guy's like, I wasn't involved in the fight.
I'm starving.
A, I wasn't involved in the fight. B, I wasn't at work. And C, I wasn't arrested. Why am I being fired? Oh, you were arrested. No, I was held for questioning. But yeah, like Walmart and Target used to do this. They'd fire you for something that you did outside the job. Had absolutely nothing to do with your job. It, you know, if you aren't on the job, they have no right to. I mean, sure, if you're being arrested for drug possession or for dealing or for murdering somebody, sure, fire you. I mean, we have CEOs that don't get fired and they're like involved in and convicted of child molestation, but they're still CEOs of their company somehow. I'm not even kidding about that. There's been some cases like that where people have been convicted of some fucked up shit, and yet they get to continue to be a CEO and a CFO or whatever because, oh, well, they're not going to jail. They just have to pay a really big fine because money matters. Because they had money and they were able to get their charges dropped. Not their charges. It's well, no, they got their charges dropped low enough that all they had to do was like community service and pay a big fine. My graphics are falling behind the game. I'm getting laggy. Stop running. Why am I running? I really should put the sword away. I'm not. Wrong button. But yeah, Walmart fired this guy because he was held for questioning in the case of a bar fight where two men were put in the hospital. We don't tolerate any kind of violence at work. What violence at work? What? Huh? And then so you were arrested for being a part of a bar. No, sir, I was held for questioning in a bar fight incident where two men were put. Now, I was not a part of the bar fight. I wasn't even like it was not me.
How can I help you?
You're not the one I want to talk to.
See you around.
So like, what the fuck? Or was she? No, you just. Where is this person? Oh, it's him. Thanks. See you around. Now I gotta freaking go where? I gotta go back to the notice board. Jesus crap. How dirty am I right now? I am Fidelity. We're gonna go for a swim because we're Fidelity, and we don't want to be Fidelity if we end up going home. Oh, I got my first time I left Walmart of my own regard, I quit because they wouldn't transfer me. They had a stop loss put on their. These idiots took over an old. This is when Walmart was first entering into New Jersey. So Walmart, when they first entered New Jersey, they took over old failed store locations like Sears, JCPenney's, Kmart's, Laneco's, Laneco, the originals, the precursors to Walmart and Target. They originated the grocery store, the supermarket department store concept, along with Walgreens. But and where was I going with that? I left because they came into our area and said, "Hey, the new Walmart's open. They're hiring. They're good pay. It's like for 1996. It was like $7 an hour. It's really good pay. It's like $3 of almost a little less than $3 above minimum wage. So it was really good money. So we went with the promise that after working for Walmart for 1 year, you could transfer to the Walmart being built in my hometown, less than 2 miles away. I was driving 35 minutes to work over top of mountains. Having to drive over mountains 30, 40 minutes every day to go to work. Something like 60 miles to work every day at a fucking Walmart for a little bit better than retail. Or not retail, a little bit better than, not a little bit better, it's like $2-3 better than minimum wage. And then after my first year there, I put in for the transfer, and I was a assistant department manager, so I should have been transferred up. Like they said, oh yeah, and if you get to a point where you're in management staff, when you transfer, we'll offer you a chance to move into a department head position. So when the new Walmart opened, at the end of that, in my 1 year time period there, they still had department openings for management. Toys, I wanted toys. And bikes, another thing I wanted, the bicycle department. Toys and bikes. And I put in for it, and they're like, oh, sorry, we're not allowing any more transfers. Oh, I can imagine. Believe me, Joe, I love working for Kmart. As my first real corporate job was working for Kmart during the September to Christmas season. These Kmart, these motherfuckers terminated me 2 days before my 90-day evaluation, claiming they could no longer afford to pay because it was the end of the year and it was 2 weeks before Christmas. And the HR lady watched me put items on layaway. Like, she stood there, watched me put the items on layaway, and then called me into her office while I was off. After I was off, I got off the clock. I got items I was buying for Christmas for my parents and my brother and sister. My first real, I've worked at like summer jobs and like this was my first job where I was going to school and work at the same time, my senior year. And these fuckers, this HR bitch, watched me put items that she knew I could not afford, because they knew what we were. I was getting paid $3.50 an hour, part time in 1980 and 1992. It's $3.50 something. And again, we found out they were stealing from us. They ended up getting a check later on for like $200 because they were cashing our paychecks and withholding additional fees, which is against the law. Like I said, Kmart's another one of those companies that use the whole company store concept. Oh, we'll use this service, this service, this service, this service. That's 50 cents. This is $1. You know, oh, you were, you know, you stood at the water fountain for an extra 10 minutes here, so that's another $1. We're gonna, you know, that kind of bullshit. I'm not saying that's what they did, but that's the kind of concept they like. That's the mentality they went with. Old school, like company town shit. Hey, why didn't I get paid like I got paid last time? Oh, well, you know. See, you took an extra water break and a bathroom break on the 3rd Friday of the 4th week of the last pay period. And, well, we had to withhold an extra $10 from you because you're only allowed so many bathroom breaks a month. That's the kind of bullshit Kmart used to do. Not even kidding on that one. We used to do some evil shit. I don't care. It was my first quote unquote. My dad wasn't even upset. I was pissed. I got fired. Terminated, not fired. I was terminated. Oh wow. Well, cooking. Not gonna lie. I started with the workbench. You're going to be doing stuff like, you're going to be working off of this for a lot. You're going to be doing a lot of this stuff for quite a while, and this. What you want to do is, you want to learn the traps, like learn to make the traps. These. The bird trap, the rat trap, and the rabbit trap. Make yourself a lot, like, just make as many as you can make, and just keep hitting them, keep making them, keep hitting them. You can only put out so many at a time. Right now I can do 4. This I can do 3 of. I can actually do 4, but I didn't have enough bread. And then you learn these larger ones as you go. I've got a pretty decent sized village, and I'm still pretty far back. But the first building I made was the I made a well, and then I made the wood bench. And then I went in production. I started with the workbench. Then I added on the sewing hut. And then I learned the smithy and fishing, but is a kitchen. They're all worthwhile to learn. Like, as you can see, I got a bunch of these I can't even do yet because I don't have the production points. Right now, I'm literally, how many days am I into this thing? Let me, where's my map? Map tells me. I'm on my 6th year. And right now I'm at -5 for, I don't know what, 0 plus, I don't know. Apparently I'm not making them super happy. I'm paying my taxes on time. I'm doing all the things. But I've already got a wife and a kid and 5 or 6 villagers. I just started trying everything. I played a lot of survival games.
I'm sitting here as the punishment.
So I have a bit of a kind of a, I want to call it a head start, but I've got a little bit of a workaround for a lot of it because I know how these survival games work. But I would try the crafting station first. Wait, that's not the one. This. For production, I would go with the workshop. Because the workshop gets you a bunch of, like, you can make bowls, which means you can make better food. Eventually, you can make, like, better torches. A lot of it you want to, basically you're going to be, it's slog, dude. This is not you're not going to speed run this game. And you're going to be spending a lot, I'm in year 6 and I'm still running around, but I don't even have a horse yet. I think I can get a mule, but I got to build the mule pen. And I just built my goose shed. And, not gonna lie, hunting is a pain in the ass. Because of the stamina factor involved. Okay, it's just a freaking... the way the stamina and everything works. But... just try a bunch of shit. All I can suggest, man. See what works for you, because I tend to go towards grindy stuff, like mining, wood cutting, and you're going to be going through a lot of tools. And if you aren't producing stuff that can sell for a bunch of money quickly, then it gets tedious. Right now I'm on my way back home so I can get some sleep. But yeah, I've gotten to the point where now I have a pig enclosure. I have my fat ass. Get your fat ass in there. Get your fat ass in. Get your fat ass in. Come on. Get in. Get in, fat ass. Piggy. Yeah, whatever. I've got a pig enclosure. I have 2 large fields. They're 16 by 8. I have a lot of rye planted. In this one, I've got nothing planted on most of this field. And I have wheat. A lot of wheat planted here. The rest is left fallow till I think I'm planting here in winter. Or is it spring? I think it's spring. That's all set up for spring planting. I've got some of my work dudes
Hi, old
here.
friend.
Dude, what are you doing just hanging around?
Have a nice day.
Yeah, go wander off into the woods. Yeah, okay. Whatever, dude. Jesus. I've got 1 hop plant. I have no clue how to harvest this fricker. I don't know. I'm not kidding. I have a farming hut. All these things are progression. You've got to go to a certain point, get to a certain point to do it. And I'm not kidding. I play a lot. If you go into my playlist, I have 7 Days to Die. I have Ark. I have Icarus. I have all kinds of survival games. This is just the most recent one I've gotten into playing. But so I have a kind of and Google is your friend. Just Google how best building to start with, and then Medieval Dynasty. How to convince a woman to be your wife, that kind of thing. That's all I did. And there are wiki pages, fandom wiki pages, if you can find them, for some of this stuff. Like I have a few apple and cherry trees, and a pear tree somewhere. What's that doing there? And an apple tree up here. Gotta make sure I take my bath. Oh yeah, and cooking. Make sure you bathe regularly if you want to get a woman. Or a man if your character is female. They don't do male-male. They aren't. This is medieval era. This is high fantasy. They don't do same-sex. I've tried to put 2 women in the same house to save space. Nah. It's 1 person per house unless they're male-female. They do stay with gender roles. Not for living conditions and relationships. You cannot have 2 men, you cannot have 2 women. Male, female only. But a woman can be a blacksmith, a woman can be a hunter, a woman can be any other position other than what it was in reality. There were some female blacksmiths, but it's very far in between. Oh, Kmart just, they pissed me off. They like watched me put stuff on layaway, called me into the HR department and terminated me after I got off shift. And I'm looking at them going, I just put $200 worth of items on layaway. Oh, I know, I watched you. You what? You watched me put this, you knew I was being fired. Why didn't you stop me? Oh, we don't stop people from shopping. You should stop your employees from spending money they aren't gonna have. And I raged, and I said, you call the store manager in, and this is back when Kmart used to be a franchise. So the owner was a private owner, meaning if I got loud enough, he would have lost his franchise. If I went to corporate about what they did, they would have lost their franchise. He would have lost his store. Store went under anyway, but like a decade later, when they shut down, all the franchise, it was open for years after. He ran the business quite well, but all corporate, the non-corporate Kmart's got shut down eventually. All the franchise Kmart's were shut down, but I had to bring the store manager in and told him what happened, and he just looked at his HR person and go, did you seriously just let him put stuff on layaway knowing you were going to terminate him? You see his payroll, don't you? Before you terminate him, you see if we owe him money and all that kind of stuff. He said, well, yeah, of course. We make sure they're paid up to date, and that they're not clocked in, and, before we terminate, and don't have anything that, they're not, using any tools or anything. And then he's like, okay, so then why did you let him put something on? He is a 17-year-old kid, and you let him put $300 worth of items on layaway on the concept that in the next 3 weeks of work before Christmas, he'd have it paid off in his next 3 paychecks. Because I was earning $150 a week. He'd have it paid off and be able to take most of the items he bought for Christmas. You just fired this kid 3 weeks before Christmas. He's a summer hire, right? Oh yeah, we hired him in the end of middle of August. Okay, and we're terminating him because we can't afford to pay him anymore. You have to cut back because it's the end of the year. Yes, that's the reason we're cutting back. It's not why they were cutting me back. They were cutting me back because that Kmart's policy at that point in time is any of their part-time night shifts, any of the kids, the 16 to 18-year-olds, the kids who are in high school, every year they have a hiring, every year they hire people, or every quarter they hire, the same amount of employees, 5 of us, if I remember correctly, and whoever is left, whoever hasn't been fired or quit at the end of their, just before their last, just before they hit their 90-day mark, they're terminated. So that the store is not required, because New Jersey law requires you after 90 days to give a pay raise. And I was making good money for that time. For Kmart paid pretty well for their part-time employees for a night shift. We were 4 to 8 p.m. 4 hours, and I was going home with $150 a week. And I was only working 20 hours. 25, because it was the 80, it was 98, late 80, early 90, it was 1992. So you couldn't work more than 20 hours a week, and I was clearing 150, so I was making pretty good money, dude. Jesus Christ, I was making 150 a week. They played us really well. That Kmart, you did really well for part-timers, but they never held you, so you never went up. They'd fire every single part-timer once you hit your 90 days. The only way you'd stay is if at the end of that 90 days you were going to be no longer in high school, and you came to work for Kmart full time. Okay, what do we need to do? I need to make tools. What tools do I need to make? Yeah, they keep you from having to pay full-time coverage. All kinds of shit. Healthcare, because again, it's the 90s. They didn't you could opt. That's part of the reason we made good money. You got a bonus for opting out of the medical plan. I remember that now. By the way, there's a so much per hour or a weekly bonus if you don't take the healthcare plan. And I'm like, well, I'm on my mom's and dad's healthcare. I don't need it. And my dad works for Johnson & Johnson. My mom works for a frigging, she's a registered nurse at a teaching hospital. I can get medical aid if I need it. Oh, perfect. But yeah, I cleared like 100 to 100. I think it was 120. Why do I think it's 150? Because I remember it being like 3 weeks before Christmas when they fired me. And I had put on like almost $300. I think I might have put, because you got it was layaway, so you had to put like a partial down payment on it. I made 150 bucks. Close. It was over $100. I know it was over $100 a week for like 20 hours. So we were getting like $6 an hour, $6, $7 an hour in 1992, and minimum wage in 1992 was like $4, like $3 and something, $4 and something. We were getting paid pretty well. We were also getting holiday pay. Now he's not dead. He's just muted.
I'm actually playing copyrighted music. I was being careful for Dark.
Yeah, he's being nice. He's not getting me in trouble with YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing the same thing Dark was doing for me. He was being nice and actually muted himself while he had something playing. He had TV playing, but...
I was watching the TV series, or rewatching The Rookie.
Yeah. I was just muted because I wanted to hear some music. Knowing he's streaming, and I want to play music, so it's just... Alright, just gonna mute up and just be quiet for a bit.
But yeah,
I've heard everything though.
The practices they had back then were kind of dirtbaggy. Walmart took them even further. They'd lie to us outright, tell us, "Oh yeah, don't punch if don't worry about punching out for lunch. We'll take care of it, and we'll remove it from the thing." And it auto punches you out. Well, I'm not taking my lunch. I can't because you don't have coverage. Oh, don't worry. We'll put it into the system that you work through your lunch hour, and it'll be in your paycheck. And it wasn't. We'd check, and we'd call them on it. And they're like, oh, we'll take care of it next paycheck. And they just keep pushing that on until either you got angry enough and loud enough that they had to, or you forgot about it. And I ended up getting like over $1,000 in back pay after a class action lawsuit against Walmart. It's like back pay and egregious, like we got bonus money. We got extra money. I don't think I had more than like 500 bucks they owed me. But they ended up having to pay out a lot more than the 500 bucks. Because it went back my entire time working for both Walmarts. Because it was a common practice in both Walmarts to have you work through your lunch hour or half hour and your 15-minute breaks. Like us people would come in at noon, we'd be waiting for the high school kids to come in the afternoon at like 4 o'clock to take our lunch, and they're like, oh, hey, they just clocked on, could you give them like a half hour, 45 minutes to like 4:45 and then go? And like 4:45 comes around, hey, yeah, it's 4:45, I haven't taken my lunch yet. Oh, could you wait till 5 o'clock? Yeah, oh, well, it's busy now. Could you take it at like when it slows down, and by the time you're ready to go, like your shift ends at 8:30, and you're packing your shit up at 8 o'clock, and you're going, where are you going? Oh, well, my shift ends at 8:30. I still haven't taken my half-hour lunch, so I'm just going home. I'm taking a half hour. Well, you can't do that. They would leave us with the, and it was such bullshit. So we ended up, like, you put your shit back down and you go back out on the floor for the half hour meanwhile you're starving because you haven't taken a break all day. Because, oh, well, you can't take your 15 because, oh, nobody can find your boss because half our assistant managers hid. My assistant manager for my first time working at Walmart he was running a theft ring out of the back of the store and banging a girl half his age, a 17-year-old, not to boot, in the pharmacy department, who worked as a part-timer at the pharmacy department stocking shelves. And she was, I'm not going to say she was special, but she was there on one of those work things where, you know, they've got a minder that works with them, and this woman didn't work because she's stocking shelves. It's not like it's that difficult. You know, it's repetition. Like, and, you know, even kids like that, or people like that, can do repetition jobs. It's not that taxing for them. So the people that are supposed to be their minders, the ones who are supposed to pay attention to what's going on with these people and make sure they're not getting hurt, doing anything wrong, you know, whatnot, you know, they're, you know, whatever. She's up front at the front desk, jabber-jawing with a friend of hers who got her the job minding the kid who's supposed to be watched at all times so they don't fuck up and hurt themselves or hurt somebody on the sales floor. You know, meanwhile, my department manager is banging her on the side, and I'm not kidding. My department manager was having an affair with a special needs girl who was half his age. He was in his late 30s, or mid-30s, and she was technically a minor, but this was the 90s, and because she was over 16, it wasn't, he ended up going to jail for worse shit. So, apparently, they decided it wasn't worth pressing charges for that. Come on up. What's funnier is his wife was the girl's manager. Oh, that was like, geez, Jerry Springer on ice on that place.
Yeah, that does.
They interrogated me because I bought a used TV off of him, a 25-inch or something like that, an old 25, like an old one. And I showed him the one that I bought, and I go, no, this is like, because what he was doing is, he was stealing stock. He was stealing stock from the store and selling it out of the back of his truck. And he had, like, somebody in the lawn and gardens department, like an assistant manager in the lawn and gardens working for him, one of the guys in the shipping and receiving department working for him, because when the shipping and receiving would do the stuff late at night, that's when we did shipping and receiving, he came in late at night, his buddy in the lawn and gardens would leave the gate open, like, they rigged the gate for the lawn and gardens. He backed his truck in, and the guy from shipping and receiving, who knew the security layout and knew where the cameras were and how to hide from them, would walk stuff out to the guy's truck, put it on the truck, and they drive it right out the freaking gate, right out of the parking lot. And I get interrogated by the cops, like everybody got interrogated, because half the damn store bought stuff from this guy, because his wife made handcrafts, and the guy, he do flea markets. We were being told oh, this is flea market stuff. Oh, cool. All right, yeah, dude, you got a 25-inch TV? But I bought, like, one of those older TVs. Not a, by that time it was 90s. It wasn't, like, a brand, one, that Walmart carried, and two, it was, like, 10 years old. I go, dude, there's no way this... I didn't buy anything illegal from this guy. What do you mean? You bought a TV from me? Yeah. He tried to implicate me, actually. He snitched. He snitched hard. Like, he threw people under the bus left and right. Named everybody who had ever bought anything from him. Whether it was his, like, knitted stuff his wife would make. Like, she used to do, like, those little... Did your mom ever get those, toilet cozies?
I'm dying of thirst.
Yeah.
You know what a toilet cozy is? Well, she knit
I
them,
do.
hand knit them. She also made the little dolls that you used to, like the little hand knitted dolls. You put over the spare roll of toilet paper on the back of the toilet. she'd make these little cute little things. My mom bought one from her. My mom still has it. It's a little doll, like a Barbie doll, and you knit a big Belle of the Ball or southern ball gown dress. She'd hand make them for the Barbie, and replace the legs of the Barbie with a pole. So you take it, and the Barbie would just sit right onto the pole. You take her off, take her and her dress off, and there's a roll of toilet paper underneath. And she'd hand make them. So, you know, cool. Whatever. But, yeah, apparently this dude was, running a, stolen, What do you mean, what stuff are we talking about? What stuff was this guy stealing from the Walmart? Everything. TVs, electronics, VCRs. He got caught with PlayStations. Because it was the first 1996 first PlayStations. And he got caught when the store fell short for stock. And they did an inventory and found out all this other electronic stuff was missing. So, like, video games, PlayStations, he tried to convince me to buy a bunch of stuff, and I bought, like, no, I don't want to. What about TV, man? I got this old, like, 10-year-old TV. Yeah, sure. Got an old TV? Sure. And he's claiming he was buying all this stuff at flea markets. And when he said he bought a PlayStation at a frickin' flea market, I knew he was full of shit. That's why I kind of got, nah. And that TV for years afterwards, too. Like, for at least, like, what ended up happening to that? I think my brother broke it. No, it was still at the house when I came back from... Oh, it... Wow, I don't... When the hell did we get rid of that thing? It eventually did break. It was like an old TV from the 80s. 25-inch color TV. I bought a PlayStation. I used the PlayStation on it. I got rid of it when I had to buy a proper, like, when I went to a pawn shop and bought a proper flat screen TV to use as a monitor for a Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. Sorry, I misunderstood the question. Or I misread the question. Shit, I can't, oh no. But, yeah, I try to stay on the right side of the law through most of the stuff I do. Like, when I got my dog, when I moved to this apartment, I had to pay a pet fee. No problem. Understandable. And then I told her, by the way, I'm getting a puppy, this white dog, and I showed her, like, I had both dogs with me, and I was holding the white dog, she's old, she was already 12, at that point, she was already pretty old, she lasted till 14, but, I said, this dog here, she doesn't have long for this world. This past summer, or no, last summer she had a stroke, so I don't think she's going to be around that long. And this one has separation anxiety issues. This one, not this one, this one, the old fart. He's never been alone. He's always had me or another dog. And I said, I want to get a puppy for family. Is that okay? He said, yeah, because I will pay an extra $50 for a pet fee on top of the $250 I'm already paying. And then let's see, October, November, December, January. 5 months after I move in, the downstairs neighbor, whose child grabbed this one, the Yorkie, by the neck when I brought him home for the first fucking time and tried to run off with him. 3 years old, she grabbed him by the round, like, just, and pulled her and ran, hit his leg, like, He's yelping and screaming, and I'm, hey, put him the fuck down. Get off my. That's not. Put him down. Put him. I'm yelling at him. Will you get your kid and get him off? Get her off my dog. That is not her dog. Tell her to put him down. Put him down. I know she spoke English because she's from Puerto Rico.
Hey, I was using that.
Well, I'm gonna be using it. Shut up. So. I'm yelling at the girl to put the dog down. She runs half a block away, sits on a porch and starts sleeping. And I walk over and I slap her hands, and the mom hits me. And I want to bring my hand back to slap her, and her husband comes up, and I take my dog away from her. The kid starts bawling. And I look at people like this. You need to teach your daughter not to touch other people's stuff. No fucking way is that girl ever touched my dog ever again. And this one, this little monster, hates kids now. Hates them. Will attack them. Yes, you will, won't you? Just because that little girl's a mean little person trying to choke you out. Trying to murder you. Didn't even have you 2 hours. I just spent not 400, but I spent like $210 in Uber fees. Because it was October 2020. I had to go to, not Baton Rouge, Slidell, Louisiana, which is 40 miles away from here, and it was like $110. Hello? What is going on with my...
Talking, something's broke on your end. Uh-oh, we got some technical difficulty, guys. Darkman broke his shit. Yeah, I think he broke it. I think either he broke it or his mic's dead. Hello? Still can't hear you. Weird. I guess I broke it again. God damn it, Bobby. Maybe check your settings on Discord. Not gonna lie, that's all I can think of. Later, Joe. Have a good one. Be safe.